All right, you guys. Hello, we are back. Okay, so now we know we are in the book of Exodus. Okay, the first chapter. And so it says, "Now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob." Okay, so we know that Jacob was the father of Joseph. Okay, so it says that Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Issachar, Zebulun. Oh, hold on, I did that. Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, and all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob was in Egypt already. And Joseph died. Okay, so you know Joseph was the one that was born by Jacob, but he was Jacob's favorite. I think he was the last child, or the child before the last one. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, he was the favorite. He made him the coat of many colors, and he sold his brothers them sold him into slavery. But they were jealous of him, so they wanted to kill him. Okay, this is who we're talking about here. Okay, but it's telling us that Joseph had died. Okay, because once they sold Joseph into slavery to Egypt, um, he went and got his people because there was a famine in the land, and they had to come to Egypt to buy food. So Joseph was ruler over the everything of the whole kingdom for Pharaoh. So they came to buy food, and his brothers came. He recognized them right off, and he's something to go and get his family. And then he bought them back, and then he moved them outside of Egypt in Goshen, and that's where they stayed at. This is where his father died at. This is where he was buried at. And so now it's telling us that Joseph have died. Okay. So, and it said in 6, and Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. So know that that generation had died off. Okay. So now we need somebody to take the mantle. We need somebody to take up the ark of the covenant of the Father. Okay. To do the work. Okay. Know that it is coming. Okay, because this is the hand of God. This is the plan of God, because he's always moving forward. Okay, he's never going back. We are born to die, but he is always okay. He is here. He's been here, and he's going to continue to be here. So he's not like man. But we die, but he needs somebody else to take the place of the one that died to do the work, so that he can put his spirit inside of him, and so he can move throughout the earth. Okay, he is so wonderful. He don't have to do that, but he chose to do it. Okay, I can't explain why. I'd rather not even get into all that, but he just does what he wants because he's sovereign like that. So anyway, this is where we are now. And know that it is coming. This is what I'm telling you, that you are built for this. Okay, God has called you for this. Whether you are an apostle, whether you're a prophet, whether you are a prophetess, whether you are evangelist, whether you are a pastor or a preacher, teacher, whatever, God has work for you to do. Okay, and your job is to go and get the people. Anyway, so the children. Also, we got to know that that generation died off. Okay. So God has to raise up, he got to raise up another one. He got to raise up another child, y'all. He got to train up another one. Okay? And it says in 7, and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty. And the land was filled with them. You got to know that this is what God come to do. He gonna multiply us. He's not a God about taking away. He said that he wished none would perish, but that all will come to the repentance. Okay, he's not about division. He's not about taking away. He's about adding to. So the people will multiply and they grew strong. Okay, so here at 8 we see that Egypt, they felt some kind of way. So the new king, right? Because it says in 8, and there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. So he didn't know Joseph. Okay, Joseph hadn't worked under him, hadn't served under him. He didn't know the God that Joseph served, period. Come on, y'all. So these folks don't know. Okay, they don't know God done hand raised you, honey. They don't know, but they finna find out. Anyway, so in 9 it says, and he said unto his people, so listen, he decided to plot against them. This is how Satan do. Okay, we got to know we got an enemy out here. And no, I don't want you to per se look at this as just what it is, but look at this thing in the spirit realm. Because this is what Satan is upset about. He come to stop the mission. He come to stop the plan of God. Well, we got to counteract that. We got to come against it. But anyway, they decided to come up against the children of Israel. So they wanted to plot up against them. So they said, come on, we got to take counsel together. We got to let us deal wisely with them. And 10 it says, so they want to come and make a plan, right? They said, why? Because in 10 it says, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, saying that if any war break out, they gonna join them in the war against them. This is how they was thinking. So they was scared. And so they decided to come in and do something shady. So if you want to take out time to read that in your spare time, do so. We're gonna keep it moving, right? So what he did was in 11, he told them, he told the taskmaster he said, therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with burdens and to just cause them to go through rigor, okay, just pain and agony, just make the work harder for them, just pretty much just wear them out and just just cause a lot of weight to be on them and just bear a lot of weight till you just kill them, honey. Just work them down till you just kill them. This is the plan they have for them. This is what Satan come in to do. Let's just tie them up spiritually. Let's just bind them up in their mind. Let's just throw sickness on them. Any kind of sickness. He launching attacks on us, y'all. Okay, we got to counteract that. Okay, launch an attack over here and touch them over there and stuff like this right here. This is what's going on in the spirit realm. And you got agents that work upon the earth for Satan. Okay, that he puts his spirit inside of them and he tells them what to do. Like God put his spirit inside of us and he tells us what to do. Okay, just like you have a prophet or a prophetess of God, you have a prophet and a prophetess of Satan. Anything God do, Satan counteracts it. Apostles, he got bishops, and they took the Bible, they picked the Bible up, y'all. I'm trying to tell you what God loves. Anyway, let's go on, y'all. Let us go on. I got time tonight, y'all. So anyway, they did this, right? So the king of Egypt had another thought. So he said, go and take, in 15 it says, he went and got the Hebrew midwives. And he told them, he said unto them in 16, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon their stool, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then shall she live. Okay? But the midwives feared God. Know that he is aware of everything that's going on. But they feared God, and they did not as the king of Egypt commanded them. But they saved the men, children alive. So they did not kill any of them. Okay? They did not kill them at all. And this made Pharaoh mad. So he called the men and told him, why you didn't do what I told you to do? Didn't I tell y'all to go and kill all the men, children that the Hebrew women was having? kill them and save the women. Why? They want to save the women so that they can have them at their disposal. Mhm. But it didn't happen. God didn't work it like that. So they had they had a excuse for him when they went there. They, they, knew how they different from us, and this and that and the third, and so we did not. Mm-hmm. But it said, and here therefore God dwelt with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very great. Mm-hmm. So Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save. That didn't work either. Okay. But God always got a ram in the bush, y'all. Okay. So it said, there went out of the house of the Levi and took a wife, a daughter of Levi, and the woman conceived and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. You might have to go and hide him for a while. Okay. You might have to cook till God clean you up. You might have to go and hide him. So he cleans some things out you and clean you up and get you, on track. Because he got to prepare you for the mission. Okay. He got to save you and prepare you and all that right there. Okay. So anyway, it tells us that after, she had the baby and she hid the baby, they was going out through here, that they was killing all the they wanted to take and put them in the river and kill all the children. So she hid him, okay? And then she took him and put him in a basket, okay? And sent him up the river. And Pharaoh's daughter got him out the river. It was all a plan. Because his sister came up and was like, oh, she's something here to go get the baby. She fell in love with the baby. I'm pretty sure she probably wanted one. Couldn't have one. Back then they did stuff like that. So she was like, the sister, you want me to go and get one of the Hebrew women to, nurse the child? And so she was like, yeah, but she know her mama just had Moses. Okay, so she went and got her mama. And her mama got paid to, come on, y'all. Anyway, so this is where Moses grew up at, in Pharaoh's house, okay, in Egypt. So he got training. He went through everything. He knew a lot, okay? And God needed him and used him just for that, okay? So he killed the man and he came out. So know that your situation is going to be a little bit different. God knows where you are. He knows what's going to happen, okay? He know how to deliver you from a thing. He know how to hide you from a thing, okay? He knows how to protect you from a thing, okay? We got to keep walking the walk. We got to keep walking this thing out. But Moses killed the man, then he left and ran off. And so now he was over in another land. And so he came up on these Midians, okay? And he dwelt there. And his father-in-law was Jethro. Okay, so he gave him Zipporah, and they had a child together, Gershom. Okay, and so it said, and it came to pass in process of time. Do y'all hear that? We got to go through the process. Okay. So I had been talking about taking it slow. God have to tell me sometimes, slow down, Rose. I know where you at. I know what I'm doing. I'm God. I'm the all-knowing God, all-powerful God. So it said, came to pass in 23. It said, came to pass in process of time. Moses had to go through a process. That the king of Egypt died. Okay? Gone. And the children of Israel sighed by reason of bondage. And they cried, and their cry came unto God by reason of bondage. 24, and God heard their groaning, and God remembered. So sometimes we can do things, that separates us from God. Okay. And he have to turn sometimes and let us go through it. Mm-hmm. And then he'll have compassion on us, and then he'll look back at us. And he said he remembered, not for us now, okay? For the covenant he done made with, you know, grandmama, granddaddy, mama, you know, that was really living their life according to this word, was really doing. He remembered them, okay? And the covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So when you look at this, I want you to look at it as what it says. That those are our fathers, okay? And that God had remembered the covenant that he made with our fathers concerning us. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. Okay? This is where we are now. God has remembered us. He heard the cry of his people. He heard the pain. He heard the uncertainty, okay, of tomorrow, of the next second. Okay? Death is all around us, and God hears us. He hears our cry. He hears the cries of the people, because this system has beat us down. The church has beat us down, and God is coming for us. Okay? So if you're there, hold on. God is coming. He's sending help. Hold on. Okay? But it's a process. Okay? You got to know that. The king that was putting much pressure on them died. Gone. Mm-hmm. And so now God say, I'm getting ready to come in now. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Moses was out doing his thing, you know, feeding the flock, blah, blah, blah. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him. This will be in 3:2. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. Know that God will reveal himself to you the only way he does it. Okay, the only way he can. Okay, he do what he do. Okay, and the only way you will understand it. Okay, and this will be your experience with him. This will be your relationship with him. This is how you would know him, as your God. Okay, so when you have to stand before Pharaoh and his army, when you have to stand before this world, the world system, and the false brethren, and the corrupt preacher, you will know him as your God. Okay, not what they said, but what he said. Not what they know, but what you know. This is war. Anyway, so Moses was kind of like, "Ooh, I can imagine how he's seen this. Like, what in the world, you know?" So and for it was like Moses said, "I will turn aside and see this great sight while the bush is not burnt. What is going on?" And when he did, it says in 4, and when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God said, "Okay, I got your attention now. Now that I got your attention, Moses." He called him Moses. Moses. And then he said, "Moses, here am I." And he told him what to do. Know that this will come with instructions, okay? This will come with instructions that we have to follow. So God told him, "Draw not nither." Okay, put off your shoes, because where you stand is holy ground. Okay, I just talked about that. We got to be holy, for God is holy. God is holy, and he's calling us to holiness. Okay, he's calling us to righteousness. Okay, because he will not strive with man always. And if you do not want to do the job, if you will not do the job, God will move you out the way either by death or whatever. But he will get the job done. So he will move you out the way and go and get somebody else that's willing to do it. And he'll work with that person. So this is where we are now in the system in the world today. That we have so many corrupt preachers and so many corrupt teachers and so many corrupt that work Obeah, that work witchcraft, that pick the Bible up, they talk out the Bible and they bewitch the people. Simon the sorcerer in Acts 8 talks about, Acts 8, Simon the sorcerer bewitched the people for many a years. And then Philip them come in and preach the gospel and break the spell off the people out of their life. Okay? So this is where we are now, y'all. This is accepted. This is what it is. So anyway, he told him, you got to remove that. Because where you at, the presence you in, this holiness here. So I'm gonna need you to get with it. So when he did, so he said, moreover, he said, I am God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. We got to know that we got back up, y'all. And when I pray sometime, I say, Lord, please honor the covenant that you made with my father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I connect myself to the covenant. I connect myself to the altar. Be it done unto me, your will. Have mercy. We got to connect. Listen, y'all, we got to wrap ourselves around his altar. We got to put our flesh on it. We have to listen. We got to die. We got to die. I know it's hard, y'all. I know. We got to die. Anyway, let's go on, y'all. So the Lord told him he got some work for him to do. So he said, and the Lord said, I surely have seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason, and their taskmaster, for I know their sorrow. God knows where we are. God knows where we are. He know all about it. Tell him. Anyway, in prayer, tell him. Don't call nobody. Don't call nobody. Tell him. Because he will fix it. And in 8 it says, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them out of the land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. So now we know that they got a lot of territory to take, y'all. And he don't always tell us the whole plan of what he got. He just tell us the little pieces. Do that. And when you finish doing that, come back for more instructions and go do that. How many know that we tell our children to go do that right there and come back see if they do it. Sometimes they don't even do it right. You know, you got to go in there and say, now, didn't I tell you? I don't know about nobody else. Mom used to send me to the store, child. And I might come back with 2 of them things that she done sent me for. Anyway, we're going to go on in 9. And in 9 it says, now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me. And I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. He said in 10, come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Do y'all hear that? He has given him his assignments, okay? He want to bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. We got to go get them. And I know some of us don't want to, but we going. Anyway, in 11 it says, so Moses, he had a bunch of questions, and he was like, well, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. So in 11, let's take a look and see what Moses said, y'all. These books be so good to me, y'all. So Moses said, in 11 it says, and Moses said unto God, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? He wanted to know. He was like, now, wait a minute now. Pharaoh, you want me to go to Egypt? Man, you trying to get me killed? Mm-hmm. That's how some of us be like, man, I can't go up on this. Is what I'm trying to get you to see. And I know I'm joking around tonight, a little bit, but what I'm trying to get you to see is that you don't need to be intimidated by anybody. Don't be intimidated. Don't be afraid. Okay. I'm gonna need the David to rise up out of you. I'm gonna need the Joshua to rise up out of you. It's time for war. It's time to go to war. Anyway, I ain't gonna dwell on that too long, y'all. I'm gonna shut this off in a minute and have to make a third one, because we ain't done yet, y'all. Anyway, so he said, certainly I will be with thee. This is what God is telling Moses. And this shall be a token unto thee. This is what he's telling him. This is what I just got finished telling y'all, that this is going to be how you know him. This is how you going to know him as your God. Okay, not what somebody else said, but what you know. Okay, this what God told you, not what somebody else told you. This is how you going to know. And he said, this is going to be the token unto thee. He said that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. Okay. So Moses went through it, right? Because he was like, nah, you know what? So in 13 it said, and Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the God of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say unto me, what is his name? And what shall I say unto them? In 14 he said, and God said unto Moses, I am that I am. Y'all know that. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent me unto you. 15, and God said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, have sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Listen, y'all, when I tell you, when you call on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, listen, them boys wasn't no joke. Them boys wasn't no joke. They did what God told them to do. They was God. They was God right hand. The boys were no joke. When you call on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you say, now listen here now. I need you to go back to my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I need you to deliver me from a thing. I'm going to need you to move some things. I'm going to need you to deliver and set me, rebuke the devourer. Listen, y'all, we got to put it to word. Put this word to work. Anyway, because I get excited, y'all. And it says, and appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. And 17 it says, and I have said, I will bring you up out of the afflictions of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, unto the land flowing with milk and honey. And so he was telling them that. Let's stop right there, y'all, because I'm finna get ready to stop this video and jump back on here and make a 3 after I pray, because it's time for me to get down and pray a little bit. I can feel God pressing me to pray, y'all. So after I do that, I will be back with 3. Y'all, this is getting good. It's time to go in, y'all. We got to go in and get our people. We got to go in and get our children. Our children, they'll know they're not over there physically, but in spiritually, they are tied up. Okay, just like we was tied up. And God, he set us free and bought us from. I'm glad he brought me out of Egypt. Y'all, listen, you ain't gonna tell me what God did for me, baby. God showed me that they took me to Egypt. In the spirit, they took me over to Egypt. So I thank God for that. So I'll be back in just a minute, y'all.